Hello, my name is Gary Schotten, and I'm with you today on this wonderful day to talk about marketplace talks. What do I mean by marketplace talks? Well, I'm now in my early 60s, and I have seen change so rapid even in the last 15 years, and we all know that. But at my age, not that old, but I can tell you there's been a lot of change. And one of the changes seems to be that there's a hunger and thirst for information, for text, for knowledge, even more than before. And it's so available. The information's so available. And one of those ways that we get information you may already be familiar with. It's called TED Talks. I learned about it maybe 6-8 months ago. I've watched just a few of the TED Talks. There's thousands and thousands. Even when it opens, it says 1,000 plus that are on their website. They have events, they have paid events, they have free events. They're booked up, they're full at these events all around the world. And this is people coming to hear on topics that are just everything from under the sun. Everything from just something to do with your brain, to something to do with raising children, to something to do with the universe, to something to do with training. Unbelievable amount of information, and hundreds of thousands of people are listening to TED Talks. Well, as a bit of a pattern, I believe we can create marketplace talks. And by the fact we use the word marketplace, it kind of implies already, and you need to know, that this is a Christian-based talk format. And it's a format that has the ability to create a Christian basis without preaching. And in our case, I've come to conclusion, at least at this point, that rather than have 20-minute long talks, I want 7 to 8 minute talks. And this video right now will be between 7 and 8 minutes, because I'm introducing you to the idea of marketplace talks. And that marketplace talks will be something that's universally true. It's not something that's unique to the state I live in. It's not something that's unique to the United States of America. It's something that's universally, both 100 years ago and hopefully will be universally true 100 years from now, in any continent, in any language. That's what we're looking for. And so by launching these talks, I hope that I'll have other people that will want to give talks, that will want to give instruction. And the topic material is centered around the idea that we're instructions for running or having a profitable and ethical business. You see, we could have a profitable business, but it's not ethical. It's not dealing with our customers right, not dealing with their employees right, not paying their bills. Or you could have a profitable, as I say, not ethical, but you could also have an ethical, and you're so centered on being Christ-centered and so ministry-oriented, you can't make a profit. You've got to be able to make a profit. A business is a business because it's profit-focused. What I do with the profit makes me a ministry. I make profit for the kingdom of God. I make profit. Sure, I pay myself a salary. Sure, I live comfortably. But the primary focus of business for me is the ministry aspect, the funds that it makes, and that only happens with profit. So, I'm asking you, as you watch these videos, to consider, okay, are these something that could be shared with other people that are especially in the startup stages or the earlier stages of business? Is it something you could forward to them? Is there a list on yours? Would you feel comfortable forwarding at least to 1 or 2 people that would be interested, or list to people within your world of influence? Because that's how social media works. If you just say, hey, that's good, and you're not willing to share it, I don't share a lot, I'll be honest with you. So I'm not asking you to necessarily share a lot. But if you would see value and share it, that's how social media works. And then number 2, maybe you have a history. You may have a success history. Maybe you have a business information that you'd like to share. We invite you to be a speaker. See, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting in my machine shop. I own this shop. You can learn more about me on another video. But basically, I have a $53,000 payment for payroll this week. I just signed the check to transfer the money just 30 minutes ago. And I have a around $50,000 to $55,000 payroll every single Friday. I have 65 employees. I buy machines that are $350,000 to $550,000. I have a sales volume that hit last year 4 or 5 times $1 million that month. I averaged just under $11 million last year in sales. I'm not bragging. I'm small compared to some businesses, but I'm a real business person. I'm in the flow of things. I'm in the thick of things. And if you're in that category, you don't have to be that. You don't have to have 11 million in sales. I'm not saying that. But if you have something to share that would be universally true, that would be help profitability and the ethical standards to get there, I want to hear from you. Now, what are we going to do with these videos? In this video, I plan to have, and I hope you see already, that it'll be translated to begin with in Chinese, which is Mandarin, and Spanish and German, and we make it accessible in those markets. I have friends in those markets. I have key friends that are in high places in each one of those markets, and I've asked them to create videos of truth, the same truth we're having, that would be applicable to us. They teach in their own language, and I'll have it translated into English so I can understand it. These are universal truths that will help Christian-based businesses be profitable through ethics. I ask you to join me in some way. It's just in the formative stage. There's going to be many changes coming forward. I might change this video in like 3 weeks because it might change that fast. But this is what I got now. Let's go for it. Help me with it. We just solicit your participation. Thank you.